Welp, we have arrived at the third installment in the Mario Kart series, and I am not excited, honestly. I'm gonna be completely honest with this. I'm not entirely sure if this is gonna be a fun one or not. Like, don't get me wrong, this is the first handheld Mario Kart ever. Mario Kart Super Circuit released on the Game Boy Advance in 2001. It's got a lot to live up to for being the first. Does it deliver on that? For me that's debatable, to say the least. But let's just get right into it and I'll explain what I think about this game as we go. I should probably start by saying that I wasn't entirely sure on what CC I was even going to play this game with. Because originally I was just gonna go with 50cc, like how I did with Super Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo, but I did try this game out a little bit right before I started recording, and I found out that 150cc might be possible, so I'm gonna go with that for now. The character select is once again pretty much the same. We only have 8 people to choose from, and once again DK is back, not Donkey Kong Jr. And we also have a new addition, the random option, which does exactly what you think it does. It just chooses a random character for you. However, we're gonna specifically choose a character this time. We already played as Mario and Luigi a lot of times before. We're gonna play as Yoshi in each installment because he's my favorite character. And in Mario Kart 64, last part, we played as Wario. So I think we're gonna go with Donkey Kong this time because he's the one character that we still haven't played as a single time, as well as probably Bowser. So yeah, DK it is. And of course, we're gonna start things off with the Mushroom Cup, and you'll notice this game has 5 cups, not 4, 5, which means I will get to show 5 characters here instead of just the usual 4. So let's start things off with the Mushroom Cup, which has Peach Circuit, Shy Guy Beach, Riverside Park, and Bowser Castle 1. It's not Bowser's Castle, it's Bowser Castle. Don't ask me why. Alright, let's try to get the startup boost here. Okay, did not get it unfortunately, but anyways, now allow me to explain why this game is far from my favorite. Because there's a lot of reasons for this. First of all, it's probably the fact that, much like Super Mario Kart, it feels very slippery to control, thanks to the fact that it's not actually in 3D and once again just uses the Mode 7 technology to simulate 3D. Which means that yes, all the tracks are back to being completely flat. There's no actual 3D happening here. All the characters are just sprites, and that's usually not a big problem for me personally, because I like, like I said, I like pixel art styles and stuff, but this game still has very slippery controls. It didn't really improve on Super Mario Kart all that much. You can collect so many coins in this game, and they actually play a very big role, because if you can get more than 100 coins for every single Grand Prix, you will unlock extra tracks, which is essentially just the Super Nintendo ones. That's right, you can play the entire Super Nintendo game on Super Circuit. A neat addition, I'll give it that, but not much aside from that. I barely just squeezed second place out of that. My real gripe with the game, however, comes in the fact that it's the first game to introduce the ranking system. You might know that nowadays, whenever you complete a cup in Mario Kart, not only do you get a trophy that is either bronze, silver, or gold, but you always get a ranking depending on how good you do. So you can get like a D, E, B, A, whatever rank. Most importantly though, most people try going for the star ranks. 1, 2, or 3 stars, which is the best of the best. Yep, you guessed it. This game right here, the first handheld Mario Kart game, introduced the rank system. However, it couldn't have introduced it in a worse way. It's so bad, and we're about to get right into that. First things first, the rules that you would probably expect for a star rank would be things like, don't go off-road, don't get hit too many times, or, you know, just generally drive well, drift around the corners a lot. Yeah, that's all to be expected. But this game has an absolutely fucked rank determined system. Allow me to show to you a few of the things that determine how, like, what rank you get. It's all based on skill points, as the game calls it. The higher your skill points are at the end of the Grand Prix, the better your rank will be. How do you get skill points? Well, you kinda already choose how many skill points you have before any race even starts. Because you get a specific amount of skill points just by choosing a character. Yep, that's right. There are characters in this game that will just right out give you more skill points than others. Yoshi, for example, is a good example here because he's my favorite character. But guess how many skill points he gives you? 0. Yep, you are given no advantage whatsoever with Yoshi. While characters like Bowser, for example, I think he's actually the highest. He gives you like 45 skill points. But anyway, that's like the amount of points that you start out with. Before you even started a single race, the game already tells you, like, there's characters in this game that are just straight up better than others and give you higher chances of getting a star rank. But anyways, once you actually get into the race itself, it gets even more fucked. The things that will increase your skill points are things like going through item boxes while you are already holding an item, or something like hitting opponents with items. I believe that it does give you skill points, or picking up coins, for example. That makes sense. However, now you might be wondering, okay, that gives me skill points. What reduces my skill points? Well, lock yourselves in because this is a wild ride. The amount of things that take away your skill points in this game are just unbelievable. First things first, there are items that just reduce your skill points. Using a star or using a shock, for example. That is just absolutely crazy. And what's even funnier is that getting hit by a shock will actually give you skill points. How? I got hit. Like, shouldn't that reduce my skill points? But no. Instead, you lose the points if you use the shock yourself and get points if you get hit by it. How does that make any sense? Then there's also the fact that you constantly lose your skill points for every single frame that you are off-road. So basically, once you go off-road for even longer than a second, you can bet your ass that all the skill points that you've got up until now are probably all completely gone. And trust me, going off-road in this game is way too easy because of how slippery it still controls. It's awful. The CPUs aren't much better in this game either. They still rubber band pretty badly. I don't know, this game just doesn't do it for me, and it's mostly the star rank system that just absolutely ruins it for me. I just don't know what to think of it. There's so many different factors to it too that I probably forgot to mention just now. But honestly, the more I think about it, the more depressed I just get. It's not worth it. That's why this game is probably the worst in the series for me, I'm not even gonna lie. Because usually when I play these games, I like to go all the way and 100% them if possible. And at least so far with all the Mario Kart games that I've played in this series, up until now at least, that was easily possible because there is no ranking system. As long as you get a gold trophy, that's all you need. But with this game, if you want to get a 3-star rank in every single cup, you're gonna be at that for a long time, considering all the bullshit that can happen in a race. And the fact that even good things reduce your skill points. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention that doing that turbo start at the beginning actually reduces your skill points? Yeah, no kidding. In future titles that gives you skill points because it shows that you know the timing for that. You have the skill to pull it off. But apparently here, that's counted as no, that's bad. Don't start in the best way you possibly can. Do not do that. Like, what is up with that cruel bullshit? I don't know, and I never wanted to put up with it. Which is why I've just accepted at this point that of all the Mario Kart games, this is my least favorite and also the only one that I will never, ever 100% or get all 3-star rankings on. Because, I'll be honest, I'm not even gonna bother trying. I've tried for so many times. Because I do actually have this game. On the original Game Boy Advance too, I have one of the foldable SP models. I've had my fair share of time with this game. And more than enough to say that I cannot get good at it. Never ever. I'm never playing this game for trying to go for 100% again. I'm just gonna try to do my best here and see what comes out of it. I'll drink to that rant. Anyways. But That's basically all the bad things that I have to say about this game. Aside from that, it's got a very nice little art style. All the characters in this game look really nice. And just in general, I like the way it looks. There's nothing wrong with that. And it also pulled a lot of inspiration from Mario Kart 64, as you can tell. Like, this sounds exactly the same, the ceremony song is the same, the characters use similar voices. DK still uses, you know, sound effects. Yoshi, however, for the first time actually says Yoshi in this one. And as you can see, I got a D rank. Race results were saved. Alright, now, I don't really know which character to pick next, because I've already played as a lot of these. Would probably have to be either Peach or Bowser, because those are the only ones that I haven't played as yet. Yoshi, I think, will be the last one. So let's check here. Peach has 5 stars on speed, while Bowser only has 1. Yeah, I guess we're going with Peach. You know, I probably should have paid... man, I should have played as Peach for the Mushroom Club, because the first thing on there is Peach Circuit. Meanwhile, on here we got Mario Circuit, Boo, Lake, Cheese Land, and you know what, actually, now that I think about it, since this one also has Bowser Castle 2 in it, I should probably play as Bowser. Nah, you know what, it's good. I went with this the first time, I'm gonna go with it. Because I think the third cup also has... Oh no, it doesn't. Never mind, there isn't a Bowser Castle in the next cup, so I guess we are going with Bowser. Alright, let's go. And we're starting things off with Mario Circuit, Bowser's arch nemesis. Boy, I bet he's happy to be racing on here. Not. Oh yeah, I didn't even check to see if I collected 100 points in that previous Grand Prix I just did. I don't think I did, I'm not sure, I wasn't keeping track. But if you do, then like I said, you unlock extra tracks, which is just all the Super Mario Kart ones. It's a neat little reward, I like that. You basically get like double the amount of tracks out of the game if you really grind for getting all those coins. But we're not gonna be doing that here because 1, it's just extra bonus content that we've already seen. And 2, I've literally already shown off like almost all of the Mario Kart tracks when I played Super Mario Kart. So that's not really needed to show here. However, if I do just so happen to get like 100 coins, just by pure accident, maybe I'll show off just a little bit of it. Just to show like, yeah, they are here, they do exist. They exist. And I guess that is pretty cool. So yeah, for those of you out there who like want to try this game after watching this, yeah, it's a good game, all things considered. It's Mario Kart, really. If you're going in there expecting a good Mario Kart, then yeah, you're gonna get that. But if you are a completionist and want to 100% this game, do not! By all means, do not do it! It's a torment to the human body. It'll screw you up good. Mentally, physically. I don't know, and any other way that it possibly can. Trust me. I do not recommend this game to people who want to 100% it. Just give it a try. Play it for fun times every now and then. That's the only way this game can truly be enjoyed. In my humble opinion, anyway. If you respect the opinion of a Goomba. That was close, I almost fell. Then again, this is the internet. It's never a good idea to state your opinion on the internet. There's probably gonna be so many people in the comments like, dude, do you even know how cool of a game Mario Kart Super Circuit is? Dude, I spent like hours on this game and I easily got all the 3-star ranks. You're so gonna regret having said that about my favorite game ever. I'm going to leak all of your socials and your personal phone number and your location. I'm a fucking video game character, man. Don't take it too seriously. But anyway, here we are on Boo Lake, which is basically just Ghost Valley from the Super Nintendo, but a little different. The ground is a lot less brown this time, the music is a little more interesting. Also a little more spooky, if I have to be honest. And would you look at that, I got the Boo on the Boo track. Let's use it. Oh yeah, one very interesting thing about the physics in this game, oh shit, that you don't really see in other Mario Karts. If you drive over multiple boost panels in like quick succession, you actually become faster with each one. I think that's a pretty neat little detail. And you'll see once we get to Rainbow Road that mechanic can be used in pretty cool ways, because that track actually specifically makes use of that mechanic in a very nice little shortcut that you can take, where you drive over so many boost panels in succession that you just turn into a literal speed demon and just fly across the track. And if you can execute it right, then you can skip a huge part of the track without falling off, thanks to the fact that you get faster for each and every single boost panel that you come across. That is not a thing anymore. Like, if you go over one boost panel and then another one immediately after, you don't become faster. Your speed basically stays the same. Like, sure, you go faster, but there's like a speed cap. And here we are in Cheese Land. Bet a lot of Mario Kart 8 enjoyers will remember this one, or recognize it. Or maybe not, because the track is now in 3D. And it's also changed quite a bit. Like, there's chain chomps in it now. That was not a thing here. It was literally Cheese Land. Like, you can tell, the track is completely made out of cheese, there's mice running around. It was quite an interesting idea for a track. And, if I may say so, what Choco Island and Choco Mountain probably should have been. Because here at least you can tell, yeah, this land is made of cheese. That was just mud. No chocolate at all. If it was chocolate, trust me, people would have seen it. Also, the music here is pretty good. Then again, I feel like I'm always going to be saying that about all the Mario Kart titles so far, because one thing that I can't deny is that the Mario Kart games always have incredible bangers in them. Like, the music in these games is just good. But yeah, I'm just now noticing, by the way, even though, yes, this game is rather similar to the Super Nintendo version, the laps have now been down to 3. This is basically the first game that introduced that as a normal thing. But if you play the Super Nintendo tracks, then they will actually go back up to 5, because that's the way they were originally programmed. You were supposed to race on them for 5 laps, and not 3. And holy crap, that was a close first. If I hadn't gotten all those red shells, I probably would have gotten 3rd place. But yeah, and if you go into the quick... I forgot what the option was called, but there's something... There's a 3rd option next to the Grand Prix and Time Trials option. Anyways, if you go with that one, Quick Play, I think, you can actually choose if you want to play a racetrack for just 3 laps or 5. It's a neat little option, I'll say. This is probably my favorite track in the entire game, the Bowser Castle one. And this one also got remixed quite a few times. I think it came back in like Mario Kart DS. Oh shit. Mario Kart DS, then in Wii again. Not sure, maybe even more after that. Yeah, I think one more time after that in 7. Oh my goodness, I'm terrible at this track also. But yeah. This track probably has one of the coolest sounding songs for the Bowser Castles. Like, it definitely doesn't sound as scary as the Mario Kart 64 one was. It no longer conveys that actual scary feeling. Instead, it has more of a heavy metal feeling to it, which is also quite fitting for Bowser. So, I'll give him props to that. This is also a pretty cool song to give to a Bowser's Castle track. Absolutely love it. Oh my goodness, am I not gonna fall in that thing just once? Yeah, more than likely, I'm gonna have to retry this one. Which gives me at least a good opportunity to check on if this game actually brings back lives, or if you can just retry it as many times as you want. Because I know that in Super Mario Kart you had lives, and then in Mario Kart 64 you could just retry a track for as many times as you wanted. But we'll have to see if this one, like, which side of the spectrum this one goes back to. Because we are getting 7th. Let's see. Yep, sure enough, it has lives. So we're going back to the old concept of lives. Free, specifically. Which means that we are potentially in danger if I encounter a track like this one that really gives me trouble. Because I only get to try it 3 times. Well, I guess we're speeding up again. Well, that was barely a win at all. But honestly, I don't think I can get much better out of this. This track is not my kind of track. Which means I'm probably... no, I am still in first. Oh, that was it already. Okay, never mind. Thank God. So yeah, that's Bowser for you. He's big, he's fast, he's heavy. He knocks the races around like nobody else probably can, and he gives you the most skill points. And yet, even despite all of that, I still get a D rank. Honestly, I'll take anything. I don't think I'm ever gonna get anything better than a D rank, at all. Oh yeah, I just remembered one extra rule, actually. For the star rank system. You lose a little bit of skill points for every single frame that you don't press A. I'm not kidding. As if it wasn't already bad enough that you lose skill points for every frame that you're off-road, now you also lose skill points for every frame that you're not holding down on the accelerator. Like, there will be parts in this game, especially in 150cc, where you have to slow down for a corner because it's almost impossible to take them thanks to the game's super slippery controls. I don't know what else to tell you. If that doesn't convince you that this game's ranking system is just dog shit, then I don't know what will. I think that's like the worst thing though. Just, what, you expect me to hold A the whole way through? Like, yeah, sure, in other Mario Kart games I can easily do that because, you know, they got their controls done, but definitely not here. Oh well. Well, let's move on from Bowser and basically check out the exact opposite. Whereas Bowser had 5 stars on weight and 1 star on speed, Peach has 5 stars on speed and 1 star on weight. Which means we'll probably very easily be pushed around, but that is okay. I guess we're starting off the Lightning Cup now, which has Luigi Circuit, Sky Garden, Cheap Islands, and Sunset Wilds. Ah, Sunset Wilds. Now that one is probably always mentioned as the fan favorite in this game, mostly because it has a very special mechanic associated with it, and you guys will see that once we get there. But let's start things off with Luigi Circuit. This one was remade in Mario Kart DS, so I have played it a few times. And what makes this one interesting is that it's even more slippery than the game already usually is, so yay me! Because it is raining, and that also means that there's giant, you know, slippery piles of water everywhere that have formed because of the terrible rain. even more things for you to look out for and very easily to run into because of the slippery controls. And that was a blue shell, by the way. Yes, the blue shell made its return from Mario Kart 64 and is now also in this game. And I think after this it kept returning for every single Mario Kart. So yeah, if you ever get mad at the blue shell again, thank Mario Kart 64 for introducing it to us. Anyways, aside from that, it's not looking too bright for me right now. I got Mario Karted pretty bad there, so I'm afraid this is gonna be another loss for me. Especially if I keep running into all the freaking trees. Unless I can pull something really good here. Like a star, okay. It's not too bad, actually. That still means nothing though, because like CPUs, once again, like I said, are rubber banding, still, extremely bad too. I mean, just freaking look at them. I have the highest speed stat out of any character in this game, and yet they're just passing me like it's easy for them. Like, look at this, I'm getting passed by everyone here. I'm already gonna get 4th place at this point, unless I pull something good here. Which I'm not. I am gonna get 3rd though, so I'll take it. Alright, looks like that's gonna be 3 points, which... I'm definitely gonna have to perform better in all the following tracks. Now, Sky Garden, I think almost every Mario Kart player at this point, like, knows this track. It has been remade quite a few times already. I think its first time was in Mario Kart DS, then it was remade again for... Actually, I don't know, was it remade for Mario Kart 7? I definitely know for a fact that it was brought back in 8 Deluxe again as part of the DLC pass. So, needless to say, a lot of people have played this track by now, and I think just about everybody loves the music of this one, because it genuinely is just such a nice song to play. So, you know what, I'm actually gonna give you guys a little moment here to listen to the track, because it deserves to be heard. Just such a beautiful song. He threw it backwards? Luigi, you are in 2nd place and 1st is right in front of you. And you wouldn't use the red shell to get 1st, instead you would just rather throw it behind you to just... Yeah, sure, because now you're gonna piss me off even more. Luigi, I swear to God, if I can catch up to you, you will pay for that. I'm not sure if I will, but if I do, you will wish that you hadn't done that. Both of you will. That's right! Coming in clutch with the star there, just barely passing both of them. Makes sense too, considering out of all the tracks in in Super Circuit, Sky Garden's definitely one of my favorites. However, we're still not in 1st overall. That still goes to Bowser, at least at the moment. And next up is Cheep Cheep Island. We already have a little bit of sunset action here, and we have a giant Cheep Cheep in the back. Ooh, that looks scary. I would not want to approach that. In fact, no, never mind, there's not just one, there's multiple giant Cheep Cheeps here, just all around. However, some are jumping around and some are just lurking inside the water. Needless to say, you don't want to throw some breadcrumbs out to these guys, because they will come back for more, and if needed, they will devour you. Oh, thank God that item box came back just in time for me to grab it. Wow, I just hit both of them! Oh yeah, I can't believe I went all this time without even mentioning it, but once again, Peach's voice sounds different in this. Even, like, it's not the same one as she was using in 64 either. It's a different one, again. And I would argue this time it sounds even more odd than the one in 64. I don't know, this one just doesn't sound like it belongs to Peach at all. Toad also still uses one of his weirder voices from 64, but at least this time it sounds more similar to it. This one just sounds a lot different. So I'm not really sure what they were thinking with that. But it doesn't matter. From the next Mario Kart onwards, Peach would have a very, very consistent voice, which is the one that we know her for now. Like, did you hear that bingo? Peach doesn't even say bingo, usually. Alright, how many points does this give us? Bowser came in third, so we might have a chance. Yeah. We're like 3 points ahead of him. So, as long as we get, like, second and he gets third or something in this, we should be fine. And here we are, people. Everyone's favorite track in Super Circuit. Sunset Wilds. What makes this track so special? What's that gimmick I was talking about earlier? Well, basically, I think this is probably the first track in the Mario Kart series to introduce the concept of a track changing with every lap. It's called Sunset Wilds because you are in the wild, and as you progress with every single lap, the sun is setting, and it'll just look more and more beautiful with each lap. And that is probably the most prominent reason for why people just love this track. It has an amazing music to come along with it, and the scenery changes with every lap. There, see, now it looks slightly different, because the sun, like the title implies, is setting. More and more. And it's a genius thing. And you know what's even funny about this? When this track was eventually brought back in the Booster Course Pass, it couldn't even change. So like the one special thing about this track wasn't even able to make a comeback. And I find that kind of funny, how the Nintendo Switch couldn't handle a track changing with each lap. Something that the Game Boy Advance could easily do 2 whole decades before. That's just... I don't know, something feels off there. Like, I don't know. I feel like they cheaped out on it, because it could easily do that, but they just chose not to. And considering that's like the one big thing about Sunset Wilds, it literally is in the title, Sunset Wilds. It's the thing that it does. I don't know, I feel like they missed the point with it. The track itself is still there, the music is still there, but it just is not the same anymore. Oh my god, I'm about to lose it, literally on the very last single thing. Come on. I gotta at least hit second place with this. Okay, second. And DK was right behind me. Unfortunately, it looks like Bowser got first, which means we're probably even. Yes, we are. We are completely even. Which means my chances of winning are now... Never mind, actually. Nope, I forgot. Why do I keep thinking there's always another race when it's already finished? However, that means we once again have a situation like in Mario Kart 64, where first and second place have the same amount. We literally have the same amount of points. Yet I get first and he doesn't. Don't know why that is. Alright, and after a short little break, we are back to finish this game with the last 2 Grand Prix, I believe. I think there's only 2 left. And now I'm not really sure which character to pick, because we only have 1 character left. Aside from Yoshi, obviously. But he's gonna be the last one, so... I think I've already played all of these characters so far. Like, I've played as Mario and Luigi multiple times before, played as Peach for the first time here, played as Wario and Toad on N64, and now I've tried DK and Bowser, so I guess we'll go with Mario, because so far I think he's been featured in every single one, so might as well. Also, he's got some good stats. He's, like always, the all-rounder. Although Luigi has the same stats as him, so I guess... Actually, you know what? Yeah, we're about to break... we are breaking tradition here. I'm choosing Luigi over Mario, just because I like Luigi more. Okay, so it looks like... Yes, there's only 2 cups left. The Star Cup and then the Special Cup, which should get unlocked once I beat Star Cup. So, here we go. Snowland, Ribbon Road, Yoshi Desert, and Bowser Castle. Oh, wait. Yoshi Desert? Okay, never mind. Luigi's going to finish this. We're actually picking Yoshi now. Because Yoshi Desert. Makes more sense. Also, one of my other favorite tracks from the GBA is on this track, on this Grand Prix. That being Bowser's Castle 3. It's my favorite because it was also brought back in like Mario Kart Wii. And it has a really good design, at least I personally think so. And we're starting things off in not exactly the best way, if I'm being completely honest, because this track has even more slippery physics. We are completely on ice. And I wish I was deathly ill right now and couldn't play this game. Yep, it's already going. I can't even get the items. No! Oh, I'm slipping everywhere. No, please, come on, don't do this to me now. What a way to start off a freaking Grand Prix, man. Couldn't you make this like the last one at least? Isn't the last one supposed to have the most challenge in it? Isn't that how it was so far? Like, oh my god, that whole thing right there just slips. Ugh. That just spins you out completely. What is this stage, man? How is anyone supposed to play this? The game is already slippery as it is. What the hell were you thinking, Nintendo? I can't even... Oh wait, never mind, I can actually. Well, now I've actually completely lost. I'm not gonna get a good placement here, am I? Nope, ain't no way I'm getting something good here. Nope, I'm losing. Nope, 5th. God, this track design is awful. I only just now started. You know what? I'm gonna restart completely. I don't want to waste all of my tries in the first track. Because I know it's going to get worse, so let's just skip ahead until I actually get past this one. Alright, 2nd. Best I could do at the moment. Alright, that means we get to move on to a track that at least doesn't have even more slippery physics. Ribbon Road. This one also got a remake in Mario Kart 8. So I wouldn't be too surprised if a lot of people are like, Ribbon Road, wait, I like this track, I know this one. Except, of course, once again, it's flat now. Oh yeah, and also Yoshi does his funny little "Yay!" line. I find that quite funny. I've only just now noticed too that the star like barely lasts for any significant amount of time. Like, I'm used to it lasting a lot longer than that. My god, this game is so overly sensitive, I swear. Make even like just one tiny mistake and you've immediately lost like so many placements. Holy crap. Then you get a single red shell in like 5th place. How is that going to help me at all? But then somehow I get 4th. I get a star in 4th. I do not understand this game's logic sometimes. I really don't. And then I jump over. Why did they have to put a thing there so I can jump over the item box? How much sense does that make? A green shell. A freaking green shell, man. I think this Grand Prix is probably gonna be the one that actually makes me lose. Like, no kidding. Okay, that's 1 out of 3 lives already lost. Okay, once again, I managed to get second. Not sure how well this compares to how all the computers previously did, but I'll take anything I can get at this point. And we are tied with Luigi. That is not exactly the best outcome. Especially not considering we're only halfway through the entire cup, but next up is Yoshi Desert. I've got home advantage here. I really hope that's gonna help me. Because I'm gonna be honest, this is something that I very rarely say about any game specifically. This is probably the only game that can make me feel in such a way, but I'm getting quite sick of this game, and I've only been playing it, like, I would say for about an hour so far. I don't even know. Probably not even an hour, but I don't know, like, I'm already getting sick of it. Just because of all the super awful controls, and the fact that you still are running on a live system. You're forced to perform well in a game that just simply doesn't make that all too easy. I should have gone with 50cc, but of course the one time that I decide, no, I'm gonna try to play this game properly now, then it decides to absolutely screw me over. And then I get a green shell. Wow, thanks guys. That's going to help me so much in this race. Okay, maybe this actually will. At least give me 4th. Please. Oh wait, this could be huge. I have no idea why exactly I just started randomly going into a different direction than I planned on. And it's doing it again! Okay, just get third, yes! Okay, well, this just about settles it. This is the one cup that I'm not going to get a golden trophy in, because Luigi is constantly getting 1st place, and Toad is constantly getting 2nd. As a matter of fact, I might not even be able to get a silver one. I might not even be able to get 2nd. Okay, this is the one track that I really like. Bowser's Castle 3. This one has to go well. With the heavy metal power that this track provides, I shall lose anyway. Fuck this game, man. Honestly, fuck this game. And we got 2nd yet again. Come to think of it, this might be the only Grand Prix that I did not manage to get 2nd in. But I do think we at least got 2nd overall. Yes, we did. Crazy to think, the one cup that I actually played with my favorite character on is the only one so far that I did not manage to completely win. Well, that silver trophy looks atrocious. I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. But I hate you, so it doesn't matter. This game can just stay out of my sight for the rest of my life for all I care. And I'm glad that I'm now going to be able to finish it. But with who is the question. Well, considering Luigi absolutely beat my ass, he's apparently good at racing, so let's give him a shot now. Wait! The special cup did not get unlocked. Oh, don't tell me there's something special that I need to do here. Do I need to get like a gold trophy in all of them? If so, that would absolutely suck, because honestly, I don't think I want to do that. What if I select quick one? Let's go with 50. Maybe it'll be unlocked. Nope. It is still not unlocked. Okay, well, I hate to cut it there, much like how I did in Super Mario Kart. But honestly, right now, I do not have the willpower to play any more of this game after how that just ended. I don't know what exactly it's gonna take for me to even unlock the special cup at this point. If I have to collect like a lot of coins, or if I actually need a gold trophy in all of them. But if that's the case, then honestly, I don't want to do it. I don't feel like playing this game any more than I have to. I am much more looking forward to the next game that I will play. This game, I can't give any more crap about. I'll give it credit for being the first handheld Mario Kart. It's good for what it is, but it's staying out. It's definitely staying out of my personal favorite Mario Karts. It's not good for me personally. But hey, things are now looking much better. All of the next few Mario Kart titles in this series are gonna be absolutely amazing. So I'm really looking forward to the future of this. And I hope that you guys are too. And maybe you'll at least get some entertainment out of watching me suffer through this. So at least there's something for all parties involved. My hat is off to you guys. See you all next time.